Boys, girls, theys and thems. It's been a while. I'm living in British Columbia. I've moved from Montreal, Quebec, and I'm living with my brothers and sisters. It's pretty good. I'm trying to start a company called Offset Opacity. It can be found at offsetopacity.com for web design and search engine optimization. I'm kind of a geek. I like it. I'm passionate about trying to figure out a constantly changing algorithm. It's interesting. And no, I'm not sarcastic about that one. It's honestly interesting. I like it. It's a passion of mine, like SEO and figuring out how to make a site successful, what makes it successful. It's always changing. It's great. I love it. You know, there's so much to update and so much to say that it doesn't feel like I can fit it all in this one video. Things were kind of a shit slide for a while, and I was just trying to hold my head above water and then trying to move to get to BC. And I think you'd seen in a video, or if you maybe seen in a video a few months ago, a significant person in my life passed away. Not significant in an I'm sad way, but just significant in who they were in relation to me. So it's just been a lot of one thing after another. And even before that was going on, I was dealing with a lot of, we'll call it self-loathing, or like, it was a lot of post-traumatic stress related feelings where I felt disconnected from myself. We'll call it dissociation, which is what it was. So I was disconnected with who I was and my face even. Like, I couldn't stand looking at myself in the mirror. I was just like, bleep you, man. I hated her. I still do, honestly. And even making these videos has been really hard. That's why I prefer podcasting lately. I find it easier to podcast than to have a reflection, to be honest. It's really hard seeing myself like this. I don't know, like that sounds really awful, but to be honest, like, I'm not just saying it. I literally peeled my face off. Like, I'm not messing with you. I had posted a picture to Facebook, and I was essentially on a day where I finally felt confident enough to post it, because I kind of was feeling negative about myself. But I was saying my face had really cleared up, but you were like, there's not a stitch in your face like this. It's just, I don't see anything. I was like, well, that's because that picture was taken before I massacred, like, but you still won't be able to see because I use a butt ton of cosmetics to cover my face. So there's a space here where it's kind of pinkish purple about, like, and it used to be from here all the way to here. Like, my whole side of my face was just kind of like the skin was off. So I really just wanted to tear my face off, and I kind of literally did. I've spoken about skin picking before, like, out of OCD. Haven't done that in a few minutes. And now I'm doing it a lot. Fuck. Okay. So, damn, what? Lost my thought. So, yeah, I've spoken about OCD skin picking before, and people were like, well, everyone picks their skin and feels the lips. So, you know, it's the point that I did. It was just kind of like, but this is not OCD. What I did to my face, like, actually did it to both sides, but like, it was worse here and all the way up. So, but by like the videos that I was making a few months ago, I hit it with my hair like this and on the sides. So it was above here, and I would pick at it until the skin was gone. And I was finding it ridiculously hard to stop. I hated myself. Oh my God. Like, it was, we talk about skin picking in the sense of OCD or like some kind of bugs crawling under your skin from drugs or whatever, but we rarely talk about people hating themselves so much that they rip their effing face off. Like, can we talk about it? Like, can we talk about people who have been through, we'll call them events, that are traumatic, where they blame themselves to the point where they want to rip their own face off, where they turn the hate, where they turn the negative feelings about whatever happened against themselves in order to cope. And that's kind of a lasting thing. So for me, it was a continued self-blame. And it was just ongoing to the point where I didn't know how to make it stop. And anyways, at this point, like, I think that it wasn't just mildly bad. I wasn't able to stop to the point where my face got infected and blown up. Like, it was like my eye was almost closed. It's because my face puffed up on the side because I wouldn't leave it alone. And it got infected and I had to go on antibiotics. And even then, I was like, I just like, God, I hated myself. I say that in the past tense, and I'm trying to say it in the past tense, but I'm working really hard to stop messing with my face, to let it heal, and the dog is like scratching itself in the background. You're welcome. I needed to add that in this ambiance. So, I love you, Aquila. My brother's dog. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Have you experienced self-harm that wasn't deliberately for, like, to deface yourself? To hate your own face to the point where you just couldn't deal? And for me, it is somewhat an identity issue, like not identifying with my face, like feeling like it belongs to someone else. So it is a dissociative issue. But at the same time, like anyone who has gone through trauma, who has a lot of self-hate, can identify with, or could potentially identify with this. Not necessarily someone with, like, who dissociates from their self. So, yeah, let's talk about it. And, I mean, put it in the comments. How is it like for you? Like, did you go through something that was, like, so, like, intense that I feel like it's, when does this ever get said? And when you say it, people are like, no, don't hate yourself. You're great. You're wonderful. You know what? I appreciate that. But maybe we can just take this moment to say, hey, I kind of feel that way sometimes too, instead. Can we do that? Like, instead of saying, no, Melissa, you're great. I don't need to hear it. Like, I appreciate it. But for whoops, I'm bobbing the tripod. For today, can we say, for those who understand, if it's something that you feel like you can do, that you're ready to do, you say, hey, you know, I think I kind of get it. Not that I wish it on anyone, but maybe it's a space to just say it.